On a quiet Sunday morning in January 2020, the world moved as it always had, steady, predictable, untouched by what was about to unfold. The sky above California was calm, almost ordinary, as a helicopter carried families, friends, a father and his daughter, toward what should have been a simple day. There was no sense of urgency, no sign that time itself was about to fracture. And then, in a moment too sudden to fully comprehend, everything changed. The first reports came in fragments, uncertain and incomplete. A helicopter down, no survivors confirmed, names unknown. People paused, scrolling, refreshing, hoping it wasn't who they feared. But as the truth slowly surfaced, disbelief turned into something heavier. This couldn't be real, not Kobe Bryant. As confirmation spread, the world seemed to fall into a shared silence. It wasn't loud at first, it was quiet, almost frozen, as if millions of people were trying to process the same impossible thought at the same time. But beyond the headlines and breaking news alerts, there was a deeper, more painful truth. This was not just the loss of a global icon. It was the loss of lives, of families, of futures that would never be lived. Alongside Kobe and his daughter Gianna were others, teammates, parents, a coach, individuals whose stories mattered just as deeply. They were not background to this tragedy. They were part of it. They were loved, they were needed, and they are remembered. Long before that day, Kobe Bryant's story had already become something extraordinary. Born into a life connected to basketball, he grew up with the game woven into his identity. His father, a professional player, introduced him early to a world that would one day define him. But talent alone does not create greatness. What separated Kobe was something harder to define, a mindset that refused to accept limits. While others rested, he worked. While others doubted, he believed. That belief carried him through a decision that would shape his entire life, entering the NBA straight out of high school. He represented effort, growth, the idea that you could push beyond limits and become something more. But he also represented something simpler, something more human, the importance of being present for the people you love, of showing up, of giving your time, your energy, your attention to moments that won't last forever. And as stories of his life continued to be shared, a clearer picture began to form. Not just of an athlete, but of a person who evolved. Someone who understood that success is not only measured in achievements, but in impact, in how you affect the lives around you, in what you leave behind when you're gone. Still, the weight of that day remains. Not just because of the magnitude of the loss, but because of the lives connected to it. Every person on that helicopter had a story, a family, a future. And for those who loved them, the world did not just lose a public figure, it lost irreplaceable pieces of their lives. Some tragedies fade with time, becoming distant memories, but this one lingers. It stays because it carries a reminder that is difficult to ignore, that life is fragile, that time is not promised, that even the brightest, most influential lives can be changed in an instant. And maybe that is why this story continues to resonate, not just because of who was lost, but because of what it asks of us. It asks us to reflect, to consider how we spend our time, to think about the people who matter most in our lives and whether we are truly present for them. Because in the end, legacies are not only built on success or recognition, they are built in moments, in conversations, in the quiet, often unseen ways we show up for others. And while the world will always remember Kobe Bryant for what he achieved, those who look closer will remember something even more meaningful. A father who loved deeply, who gave fully, and who left behind a reminder that the most important things in life are often the simplest. And so as the story comes to a close, one question remains, lingering quietly in the space between memory and reflection. If everything we know can change in a single moment, if time can slip away without warning, are we truly living in a way that honors the people we love? Or are we waiting for a tomorrow that may never come?